As a mom of five, one of the most important tasks that God has given me is to disciple my children and to build them up. And so I wanted to share one way that I am doing that with my oldest. I have a 10, 8, 5, 3, and 1-year-old at home. And with my 10-year-old, I find that she is in a public school and she is around a lot of people that are not Christian. And being able to equip her and her faith with answers to her questions and answers that her friends might be asking are so important and essential. And so one book that I use that I love and is called Don't Check Your Brains at the Door. And this book is kind of an old book. I read it I was probably in junior high myself, so that was quite a while ago, maybe 20 years ago. And this book is actually by Josh McDowell. You might have heard of him. He wrote Evidence for the Faith. He was one of the earliest apologists that focused on the historical evidence of Jesus. And then he has a Sean McDowell that's also a big name in apologetics currently in our day. And so this book, it's great. So I will take one chapter and it'll take about 5 minutes. And even though she can read, she has read almost all the Lord of the Rings books and all the Harry Potter series. She can read this herself, but I find that it's beneficial when I read it to her. So a little bit about this book, first of all, and then I'll get to why I am reading this to her, not just asking her to do it herself. So each chapter focuses on an area of apologetics, and they're kind of fun little stories. The first one is on the myth that God is a killjoy, that God doesn't want us to have fun. The second chapter talks about how God is impersonal. The third one talks about God is just like a vending machine. And so each chapter goes through and they talk about these myths that some people have about God, and they talk about how this is not true. It's very easy to understand. At 10, why I read this to her, at 10, she can read all of it. She can understand all of it. However, there are some terms that she just might not be aware of. Like she might not know terms, like one of the stories was talking about being in the university and college classroom and the professor. And so she's never been in a situation like that. So kind of talking her through that, and also me just sitting down and doing it with her. I'm not just throwing a book at her, throwing a Bible study at her. And she's certainly done that before and she's capable of that. But this is kind of a special time that we've set apart. We can have a one-on-one time where we can talk through these issues. And then she can also bring up things that maybe she's going through at school. So it also opens up the door for that. Now, as I mentioned, the book, each chapter takes maybe 5 minutes to read, and then we'll maybe talk about it for 10 minutes. And it's a time of really good bonding, but also sharing and growing in our faith, and it leaves that space open. So this is just one of the ways that I am trying to build up my kids' faith. I will probably do this with all of my kids, and I hope it is a book that you might find useful. Hope this is encouraging, and I'll see you in the next video.